What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here, you can call me Irish, and today I thought we would have a look at the drifting in Forza Motorsport 6 Apex on the PC. This is actually kind of a big deal for me. I've been a fan of the Forza games, and I've played them for a good long while now, on the Xbox 360 of course. But with the advent of like the Xbox One and then Forza 5 I believe was the first one, I really kind of, by that stage I was pretty much full time on the PC, so I've been out of the loop a little bit with the Forza games for a while. The most recent one that I played was Forza 4 and Forza Horizon, which were obviously great fun games. But yeah, like it was always a thing that once I moved onto the PC, I definitely missed the kind of the customization and that kind of, and like all the features that you expect from a Forza game. Because while I have a set of Corsa which has great modding ability and great physics and stuff like that, and while I have a set of Project Cars, which looks great and kind of is just a little bit of fun, arcadey kind of fun, it's weird not having the full, like the whole kind of shebang of that comes along with Forza, and then obviously the customization and stuff that comes with it is going to be pretty cool as well. But what is it? If you don't know, if for some reason you don't know, Forza Horizon, or Forza 6 Apex, sorry, is Forza 6, so the Xbox One game. It's basically been slimmed down, so there's like only 63 cars I believe in this, and it's like 7 tracks, and yeah, basically it's just basically a tester and kind of like this is the beta of the full release of Apex. So it's a beta of a beta is the best way that I like to describe it usually, because I believe that Forza 6 Apex is just going to be like a testing ground and kind of getting the developers, having them learn how to code inside, like for the PC. So, and basically what it means is that every future Forza that comes out is going to be on the PC as well. So Forza 7, Forza Horizon 2. Oh, I'm going to hit the wall so bad. Yep. Oh, I just skimmed it. That was terrible. Yeah, so Forza Horizon 2 Forza Horizon 3 and Forza 7 are going to be available on the PC as well, which is awesome. I'm really looking forward to that, but that's probably a long way out from here. But yeah, so I'm not going to be focusing too much on the actual gameplay or the actual series. I just wanted to kind of give a rundown about what this is basically and why I'm showing it. I wanted to do a video on the physics and the drifting and that kind of thing, because while most people are just kind of into the game in general, I was only ever into the Forza games for the drifting aspect of it. I'm big into drifting, as you might know from the other videos that I've posted on the channel. Obviously older Forza videos, Forza 3 and Forza 4 videos. So yeah, so I did, like, immediately the first thing that I did was obviously to jump in, try out the physics and see what the drifting was like. Now the only downside to it is when I played on the Xbox, I got my Xbox 360 with the original Microsoft wireless racing wheel with the pedals, that 270 degree kind of standard, not terribly great, not terribly awful racing wheel. So I've never actually had to use the controller before, so this is like a learning curve in a couple of ways for me. It's getting back into drifting Forza with Forza's physics, but also getting, like, I have to learn for the first time how to drift Forza with the controller. And I have to say, like, I've got, if I can show my assists, can I without exiting? No, I can't. I've got everything off. Everything, like, this is all just me in full control, except for like the ABS. I think I leave on, just because competitions, if I remember correctly, in Forza 4 used to allow the ABS on. So yeah, that's basically the only thing that I have on. And I have to say, it feels good. Like, it's definitely, I can see how people do it, like, as silly as that sounds, I can see how it can be done, because before I got all this practice in playing this game, like, I've done it for a good few hours now over the week or so that it's been out, I can see how it can be done. But when I see people like Mr. Aero HD and stuff like that who are really good on the controller, I don't understand. Like, it seems like such a long way out between what I'm doing now and being that kind of smooth, consistent, not like, if you watch me as I'm going here, right? So again, this is all live gameplay. I'm recording as I'm talking, which is also why my commentary is a bit crap. But yeah, watch. So if I put up the handbrake now and then we put down the power, oh, skim the wall. You'll notice that it's kind of, there we go, like that straightening there. That was me, because you don't have the kind of precision of the wheel, so you can't just kind of make, well, I can't. Obviously, people that are good with it can. I can't make the little corrections, so it's like it's either directly left or directly right, like, kind of way. And And I know about the other technique, again, I've mentioned this before in like ages ago in a Forza video, where the technique to be smooth is to kind of roll the left thumbstick around the top instead of like left and right. I'm aware of that technique, but I'm just personally not good enough to do it. So, but yeah, it feels good. It definitely, like, from like the times when I'd go to like a friend's house, say, and mess around on their controller, like, because that would be the only experience that I'd have with a controller. Ooh, this isn't too bad. I didn't really get close enough to the wall, but I made it at a full speed entry, which is decent for me. Yeah. So the only kind of frame of reference that I'd have would be going to a friend's house who would have the game, and I'd have to like when they were finished racing or whatever, I'd just jump on for a quick like a mess around and build a quick car, and try and drift it. Like, so that's my only frame of reference, and I have to say it feels similar to that. The car feels kind of heavy and planted, but at the same time, being an SLS, like, I know for a fact that these cars, like, I remember the original SLS when it was first added in as DLC to Forza 4, I remember it being kind of a really good drifter. They seem, and like in their Top Gear review of this car and stuff like that, like, they mention how how kind of tail happy it is. So the car is kind of definitely this, which is why I picked it, obviously, because at first I was using, like, before I'd unlocked some cars and stuff like that, I was using like the old muscle cars, and while it was possible, they only had kind of 4 gears, and the gearing was kind of weird, and they were big and boaty and floaty and stuff. But then then I moved on to the Jaguar. I can't remember what it is, XK or something or other. But the one, it's like a Jaguar that you get early on in the game. Oh, that was bad. And like, that was decent as well. I was messing around with that in Yas Marina for a while. But I think the best kind of combination that you can get for kind of just practicing and learning is this SLS on the Top Gear test track, which is where we are now, in case you didn't notice. Because yeah, you've got this big kind of entry, but then it tightens down into the... you've got this big entry with the wall tap if you're good enough, which I am not. But then you've got it tightens into this little tighter section, which is cool. And yeah, it's again, I'm not the person. I just want to talk about how it feels, but like, I'm not the person to come to for kind of, is it good or bad, because I just know it feels familiar. It feels like what it used to feel like when I'd mess around on my friends' games. And it also feels good. I have to say it feels good. Now, obviously, the downsides of this being a kind of Windows exclusive game that have been talked about to death, it's got no wheel support, it's got no multiplayer and stuff like that. But that all that kind of stuff should be coming, or at the very least wheel support. So I probably will make another video closer to the time when wheel support is released. As far as I know, they've already, as of today, UWP games and applications and stuff like that are officially capable of unlocked frame rates, which is pretty cool. Because I'm playing the game on 1080p at 60 FPS and 60 Hz. I've got a 144 Hz monitor, but I noticed my game was crashing on startup a lot if I didn't set my monitor back to 60, which kind of sucks. But I suppose there's no point in having it at 60 or having it at 144 and having all those kind of intermittent frame issues and stuff like that. I've definitely noticed since I've set it to 60, it's been smooth. It's been very it's been a solid smooth 60 FPS, whereas when I had it on 144, when I could get into a game, it was kind of choppy and stuttery. And I'm also, if I go to the graphics here, I'm playing it on the high dynamic render quality with dynamic optimization on at 1080p, obviously. Yeah, I'm playing at a high. I'm not able, as you can see, I'm not able to play at ultra. But yeah, I noticed another thing when I was in the menus there. Another thing that I've missed out the Forza games, the photo mode. While you can take screenshots, and there is like a very kind of basic photo mode in both the Assetto Corsa and Project Cars, I've always loved the Forza photo mode. I've taken hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures between Forza 3 and Forza 4. There's just something about the controls of them and the way the pictures come out looking, and the actual, whatever you want to call it, mechanics of the sliders and how much they change things by. Like, it's very easy to take very nice looking photos in photo mode, which I like a lot. But I don't think there's too much else. I might just do one more run, because I think we're about 10 minutes in now. I might just do one more run and then just kind of hopefully go for a nice big close wall. I'm going to go for a wall tap. If I smash into the wall now, that'll be the end of the video anyway, so it won't really matter. But overall, it's definitely good, and it's free. Oh, terrible. Yeah, it's free, so like, why not? If you've got Windows 10, which I'm assuming a lot of people by now have, due to all the kind of problems with upgrades and stuff like that, I know that kind of doesn't make any sense. I'm assuming you have it because it has problems now, with it automatically installing to a lot of systems. If you have it and if you've got a decent PC, I would say pick it up because it's not terrible. But it's going to need more work. I'm looking forward to kind of the wheel support, as I said, and kind of other features that are going to come in time. But yeah, Forza on the PC, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool. As I said at the beginning, it's been something that when I started off as a massive fan on the Xbox, but then once I moved on to the PC, I kind of just always dreamed that it would happen. Never really actually thought that it would. I really never thought that they'd actually do it, but the fact that they have is pretty amazing. If I can just... No. You can sometimes pull out really cool backwards entries into that corner there, but that's it. I should wrap it up there. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.